Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode 120. I am your host, Raceball as always. Joining me this time is DX Takumi on the right, Colin Jans on the bottom right, and welcome back after long enough, I would say, Derek.
Hey!
Yo!
Yeah.
He's returned! The prodigal son has returned!
Hey.
Prodigal.
Missed you.
Yeah, I missed you guys. It was really truly weird to not be here for those 2 weeks. Thank you guys for keeping me in the loop at least. You know, let me come back as a prodigal son. Very happy about that.
We were struggling a lot, so we were definitely missed on the show. And if the comments of last week are mentioning anything, you are definitely missed.
Yeah.
Comments? What?
Well, we had some issues last week with discussions, so that's why we did some other type of discussion that we normally don't do on the show, and it sparked out the comments, like two sides, basically. The sides who were, you know what, somewhat understanding, the other side was, nah! So, enjoy that while you can. But, as is obvious with this show, it's always a curse or a blessing in this case. Right after we upload it, the news comes out. So, but before we get to that, the biggest news I want to hear is because he has been on tour for the past 2 weeks, basically. Derek, how was it going to the American tour?
Right. Well, even before I get into that, like, just to address your point about the comments, you know, I definitely got a nice taste of that because it seems like we have entered into the K-pop world of fans, and I love them. I love them so much. But at the same time, I think people, you know, kind of take things way too crazily about things you get said online. I'm still getting threats and still getting like because in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, people, like we talked a couple weeks ago about you know, iZone
iZone, yeah.
iZone, iZone, whatever. And I mean, this is how much I generally don't care. Like, I don't even say the name right. And like, I mean, I care, but I don't, because it's like it's cool, it's great. Like, I've said how much I think it's awesome, and I still believe that. But you know, we were talking about K-pop versus J-pop, all that stuff, and I was saying, you know, I want to see my K-pop, you know, I want to see girls humping the floor, blah blah blah. Again, being
they're young.
First of all, I was being completely facetious in some degree, but I legit did not even think for a second about the ages. If I would have known that, of course I wouldn't have said that. Come on. But it was like like 50 million comments. There's still people talking about it. I literally got a comment the other day like, I hope you know what you did. You like, you should learn your lesson. Yeah, I know. It's called the internet. Like I know we're like a public forum. Like, duh. But it's just it was just amazing, the response. Like, we've said a lot of crazy things on this show, me especially, and we've definitely have very strong opinions about things, me especially. I make one glaring stupid comment, which, again, very stupid of me. I should have thought about these, but again, I wasn't even thinking. We speak off the handle, and it was like the most comments I think I've ever received on anything. Like, why couldn't that be positive comments? Like, why can't we talk about, let's say, something?
I know the answer.
You know the answer?
Yeah, it's because they're K-pop fans. Yeah, that's why.
It's because they're K-pop fans. Oh, now we're really gonna get it. Oh my God, we should make Robin. Let's restart this episode. We're done. No, look, all love and respect, all amazingness to the K-pop community, especially the one particular K-pop fan that I think caused all this problem, like put us in that forum, which, again, I'm saying this in a loving and fun way. I'm being joking, so don't fan that I'm referring to think, you hate me. I don't. It's just interesting. Like, we've all been very aware of the historical power of K-pop and K-pop fans, especially how like intense they are, both to their devotion to their idols, but also in the fandom. Now we're getting this like taste of it, and it's like, woof! Like it's like eating a taco that you didn't realize had the hottest, spiciest sauce on it imaginable. You knew it was going to be a good taco, you just didn't know it was going to be that spicy. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I like spiciness, but I wasn't prepared for that. So my apologies to all the K-pop fans that were offended by a mistaken comment. Again, total mistake. It was a legit, honest mistake. Definitely, there's no pedos here. We all love and respect, you know, the youth and certainly the girls that are younger. I mean, I work with idols that are young, and I can't even remotely imagine that kind of thing with them. It doesn't even enter my mind. It's not even registering. And number two, you know, as far as like what I like with K-pop, I do stand by. I do prefer like sexy, cool K-pop. I like some of those videos I've seen with these beautiful girls like doing crazy things.
Blackpink.
Huh?
Blackpink.
Yeah, like exactly. like I mean, I'm calling you out. Like if you're gonna support stuff like that, I should be able to say what I like about that. And let's be honest, it's the sexuality on display that's what's being sold here. Again, with older girls that aren't underage, I'm talking about. If we're not talking about that, then then exclude me on that one, okay? Because I'm not trying to be again go down that road.
You know, with all this is what's happening. Even with last week's show, what we did with the controversy with some people, I all appreciate them, and it's all in a positive manner because it means they watch the show, they listen to it, and
which is awesome.
That is just the gratefulness I already have. So you are all entitled to your opinions. Some are a little louder, some a little more extreme, but in the end, it's just an opinion on their side. And watches this show as well. We give our opinions on site. Doesn't mean we stand by anything or like that. And yet, to your situation, Derek, if you listened to the entire segment, it's basically you're saying what you didn't mean, like specifically IS-1. Like they should have, if IS-1 would go that way. But you didn't mean specifically like the members were like, oh, because they're underage, they just should do the sexiness or something like that. No, it was like in general, the K-pop ruling is like the more sexy you are, it gets more exposure. Look at the KDA thing from League of Legends. It's like it's 4 champions from the game in the most sexiest outfit they can imagine, and they're trying to appeal to those audience, even though animated, you know, stuff like that. And I think you're correct on that side. Even in La Vie en Rose, there are some moments where you like a little bit red, stuff like that. No, a little sex appeal has been thrown in there. But it's according to the members, you know, who are underage. They're like, let's keep it classy, you know, standing a little bit of entertainment. But the ones who aren't, they throw the sex appeal in there and just go nuts. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to say this to the fans and anybody who's watching, and this is going to seem really hypocritical, but I really mean it. Be smarter than me, okay? Make smart comments, please, because I'm dumb. I will flat out tell you that, like, I say things really off the cusp of my head, and I don't want you to do that because what happens is you create a record online of showing that you also didn't stop and really think about my motivation. And I don't know if that's any more or less better than me, because it's like you just instantly judge, and judging is never really the way to go unless you really have a ground, I think, to judge on. You didn't. I made a legit, honest mistake. Okay, you didn't have to fly off the handle, but that you did, I am sorry, because I certainly don't want to offend people, and that is the truth. But as to what you just said, Robin, I do really like K-pop sensual. I just like it. It's you know, the Korean girls that have dominated the K-pop universe. I mean, they're like legit perfect. Like, I mean, you can't get more perfect looking than them. I mean, in a lot of ways. As far as what I think is perfect, what my standards are is perfect. You know, we all have different standards. So again, not trying to say what I think is better. It's just what I like. But at the same time, I just, you know, like with La Vie en Rose, here's the thing with that. Those girls are all extremely talented. Every one of them. They look how hard all those girls had to fight just to be in this group. So you know they got the passion. You know they got the appeal. Any day of the week, I want to see that in any group. Sensual, not sensual, underage, overage, too old, too young. It doesn't matter.
Passion.
I want to see passion. Passion. Right. Passion is what I am all about. And if you got the passion, display it. That's more what I'm interested in than anything else. And that I'll stand by 100%. Everything else is just flutter. It's just part of the motivation. It's part of the vehicle to get your passion out. Can we say that? Is that fair, do you think?
Very good. The vehicle for the passion you used to tour America the past 2 weeks, I would say.
Oh, good way to say back. Okay, so yeah, so I mean I could legit fill the whole show with what happened on tour, but I'm gonna give you the brief version. Tour was awesome. I had the distinct and wonderful privilege of touring with Toriana and Oyasumi Hologram and NoAKBNoLife, three groups, you know, three individual artist camps of absolute importance to me. It was not easy. It was probably the most difficult tour of our life. You know, the very first day of tour, Toriana and Hachigatsu and Kanamiro. Hachigatsu and Kanamiro are the two members in Oyasumi Hologram. They were held in immigration for 9 hours, and I was at the airport. We had to miss our first show. We didn't know if they were going to be let in. They gave them such a big deal in San Francisco where we came in because I found out later because they thought the girls might be prostitutes coming from, don't mean to say this, I hope to offend anyone, from Korea. But it's, that was an issue. They let them in eventually, but we ended up having to miss a show, which sucked. That kind of set the tone for the tour, you know, as far as like, if it could go wrong, it will go wrong. A lot did go wrong, but a lot also went really well. The actual shows that we had were amazing. You know, Oyasumi Hologram on the West Coast did a private acoustic show, and there wasn't that many people there, like I'd say 11 or 12, maybe a little more. And at one point, Hachigatsu-chan was crying because it was so emotional. And like I had tears in my eyes. It was everything I wanted in a show. Toriana was, you know, she just destroyed. You know, she's just amazing. Oyasumi Hologram every night won over everyone. So that was good. Going to the New York was interesting. It was our first time bringing idols in that direction, at least from my what I do. Necrodome Idol joining. There was one takeaway that I kind of want to talk about publicly on this. That again trying to keep this brief. So there was this group that was supposed to play Friday and Saturday of the final weekend. One Friday was in Brooklyn at a place called Sunnyvale. The next day was the New York Asian Music Festival in Queens at Trans Pecos, and they're called Love Spread. And it was two people, a gentleman named Ryota and a girl named Narumi, and their music's amazing. Probably it's just wild. It's crazy music. They're like on two keyboards, craziness, guitar. That's pretty much it. I met Ryota a few days prior to their appearance on Friday. He actually came to our show at Club Ceremony in Brooklyn. I met him, talked with him extensively. He helped me translate some stuff. He's fluent, in Japanese and English. He's Japanese, and just good dude, like solid guy, like super cool dude. So fast forward to Friday, and I'm on a super tight schedule. I have to get everybody out of the club by a certain time because afterwards was this crazy like dubstep show, which that was interesting. Trying to do checkies with like dubstep blasting in your ears. The Oyaholo, man, they were like, what the heck? Like that's a whole other thing. So you know, everybody had a set schedule, and Love Spread gets on. They are fourth on the bill, like right before Oyasumi Hologram and Necrodome Idol play, because I also had Opus Traveler, that's Chochi from Zeroski's side project, and also Ray-chan did a solo set, and then we had this group called Mevius playing. So they all went, and then Love Spread gets on the stage and took like 24 minutes to set up, and they only had like 30 minutes to play, something like that. And I had to go and talk to them, like, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys can't, like you're gonna have to cut your set short. They were extremely upset about that. So they played like 3 songs. And this is, keep in mind, this is a guy I just talked to a couple days ago who I thought we saw eye to eye. I thought he was cool. So he gets off the stage. I go to talk to him. He's like, don't talk to me. Talk to my manager. And I'm like, okay. So talk to the manager, and we worked it out, you know, it was cool. Like, I was like, look, you know, I eventually talked to Ryota afterwards. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, you know, like, I have to be the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. I really like you. I love your music. That's not me BSing. Like, I listen to your music. It was a real honor to have you on the show. and it still is. So here's what I can do. The next day, the Asian Music Festival, I'm going to put you guys on for like an hour. I mean, you're going to have more time than anyone, basically, even the headliners. That's my way of saying, look, let's make it peaceful. Let's make it cool, right? And I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. And he was cool. We saw it. I gave him a big hug. I'm like, look, are we cool? We're cool. Then I went and talked to Narumi. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I know because Spread had to cancel a lot of stuff to do these shows. They were supposed to go to Philadelphia with us too. They couldn't do that because the van situation for them got all screwed up. They thought they were going to have a van. Somebody told them they were. That person, it was a big miscommunication. And they were upset. I think they were upset going into the show because it was like they weren't making a lot of money on this. It was like, they just, a lot of things got screwed up for them. They sacrificed to be on these shows. And then for them to be told, they had to cut their set short on Friday, and then Sunday they couldn't even go. It's like what the heck. So I was seeing it from their point of view, and when I heard Ryota explain that, it broke my heart. Because then because Oyasumi Hologram was like, we'll cut our set short, and they're like, Oyasumi Hologram was actually mad at me for a second. They're like, why didn't you just cut our set? And I wanted to tell Oyasumi Hologram, I didn't at the time, but it's like, because I had people buying $60 VIP tickets and flying all the way across the world to see you. Not Love Spread. No offense to Love Spread, but they didn't buy the ticket to see Love Spread. They bought the ticket to see you. You're the headliner. And it's like, I have to, again, this is me having to be the bad guy, which I don't like to be, Sucked. But I gave Ryota a hug. I thought everything was cool. Saturday comes, getting closer and closer to their time. They're not there. Don't know what happened. I get a call from the manager, and he's crying, and I'm like, what's up? And they're like, Narumi went and found Ryota in his apartment. He's in a coma. We think he's dead.
Oh.
And he died.
Wait, what?
That escalated quickly. Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, he died.
He really?
Well, I don't know the reason. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. I'm not going to speculate. They're not giving a reason, so I don't want to say anything I'm thinking it could be or whatever. You can't imagine the sadness that both I felt, Oyasumi Hologram particularly. Oyasumi Hologram did a combination split with them. So to put them on the show, it was my way of telling Oyasumi Hologram, hey, Oyasumi, like, I think this would be cool because you guys did a split with them, and here's an opportunity for you guys to work together in America. Which, again, my idea, okay? So I love Spread, and I still do. But it's like, even whatever happened on Friday, it was like, to me, it was like, okay, I'm over it, and I thought they were over it too. So I don't know I don't want to even speculate. But Oyasumi Hologram was devastated. So they did an impromptu acoustic set. I gotta be honest, I've seen a lot of shows. I've been to a lot of different things. That acoustic set, and then right after that, they also went on. That was two of the most powerful performances I've ever seen by any group ever from any genre. Oyasumi Hologram laid it all out, and they had me in tears. They had a lot of people emotional because they even covered a Love Spread song just to say, hey, we love you, we miss you. And we had a big talk about it the last day of the tour. Me and Oyasumi Hologram, we talked about it extensively, trying to deal with this. It was really sad. And I to all the fans of Love Spread, you guys lost an amazing talent. I am deeply sorry that I had to cut that set short. Looking back, I wish I could have gave him 3 hours, and it's one of those things that I will carry with me to my grave, that regret. It kind of casts a deep shadow over the tour, which I didn't want to have happen. But regardless of that, my heart goes out to them and their family. I hope we can all show support and love for Love Spread and kind of be there for Narumi, who's now the only one left. I don't know if she's going to continue. I think at this point they're just trying to deal with what happened. He was a loved member of that community in Brooklyn and in that area. He was really loved. And, I at least got a chance to work with him on some level, but it just sucks it had to be in a way that, like, didn't end exactly in the best of terms. My heart deeply goes out to him and to his family, to Narumi, everyone, their fans. I love you guys. And just know that if I could rewind time, man, I would in a heartbeat, So that was that was rough. That was really rough. If I could fast forward past that just a bit, the New York Asian Music Festival was a huge success. We had a lot of people there. I saw a lot of people never heard idols before, dancing, having a good time. You know, of course, they were unaware of this. We didn't tell them. We didn't want to bring any of this up.
Of course.
And then Philadelphia, though, if I could maybe change this to a little bit more of a humorous situation, we go there. It's a mausoleum, okay? It's a mausoleum turned into a venue. The guy who runs it's amazing. Everywhere inside, all these like old like posters of like movies and things like that. There's a big movie screen on the stage, so we'd have a little fun with that. When Oyaholo Hologram played, we had Eraserhead playing in the background, the David Lynch film, and that was fun. But then like when we had Necroma they headline, and by the way, that place was packed, so it was a great way to end the tour. And we had so many people there. But when Necroma played, we had Holy Mountain playing, like Brodowski or Brodowski. I can never say this guy's name. It's a extremely brutal and violent film. Lots of penises everywhere. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Oh dear.
And so like the girls were not too happy about
that I can imagine. Yeah, but
here's the cool thing about it. Me and Ricky, we are from Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped for a moment, and there was this moment where at one part in the film, there's like all this blood running down this hill, and Sari was in the middle of this like big momentous part in one of the songs, and she's just standing there like this as the blood's running down behind her, and it was the most surreal thing I've ever seen, like as far as idol goes. And me and Ricky were talking, we're like, who would have thought in our lifetime we would see idols in our home state dancing on a stage in a mausoleum, no less, with Holy Mountain playing in the background. It's just it's the weirdest
good moment. You had like a roller coaster of a time there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm scratching the surface. Like I said, that's the condensed version. And I wanted to spend the most time kind of giving a shout out to Love Spread because it hurt deeply and still hurts. And I can't imagine what people close to them are feeling. But I just want to say, if you're watching, if anyone's watching, all love and respect. All love and respect to them, to their families. Please give them some love. And just know on my side, like I'm deeply sorry that, you know, I couldn't do more, be more, or, you know, do something else. You know, it sucked. But on the other hand, you know, outside of that, tour was a success.
Yeah.
You know.
So the thing was, because you were organizing this, you have to make those hard decisions, and
sucked. Yeah,
and
I hate it.
It's like, oh yeah, we'll be cutting, like you said. It's like, oh, take our time. It's like, but the fans, the one that are, you know, basically producing this with their funds, are saying they want to see you guys. So you have to make a decision. I cannot cut you guys because then it will be bad feedback for the reason we're doing this. And you could be the friendly guys, like, oh sure, take your time. You know, we'll be running late. I'll be having issues with after the show and the venue and stuff like that. But then you have the time you need. So no, they had an amount of time. You gave them information ahead of time. They used up that time too much with their setup, so they had to be cut down. It's like,
yeah,
hey,
sucked. I mean,
you have to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to two of the VIP ticket holders that I'm familiar with, and I just asked them without bias, like, would you have been upset if I would have cut Oyaholo Hologram's, you know, set short? And they're like, yeah, I didn't fly across the country for them to play for 20 minutes. So it's like, okay, I understand, but again, it's such a pale, like, again, considering what happened. Now I don't even care about that. You know, it's like, if anything, I just want to be there in any way I can for Love Spread. I want to honor their name. I want to honor them. So yes, they took too long. Who cares? You know, at the end of the day, I could have also made more time. I could have made something better for them because they are artists and I respect them. And because I like them and I like their music, and because Ryota, when I met him, was cool as HE6 and helped me, I should have helped him. So I also take blame for that. I also will take fault. And also, too, at the end of the day, I'm not using this as a forum to justify what happened for me.
No.
I just want to put it out there that that's what happened. That's my perspective. But the big takeaway here is we have to be supportive for Love Spread. Their name is not tarnished by this at all. They had their reasons for doing what they did, and whatever those reasons are, doesn't at this point doesn't even matter. What matters is that they lost somebody. They're part of the community we're from. They are idols in a sense, in a kind of a weird roundabout way. I mean, they're associated with idols, and so we need to give them love and support. And just suicide is well, I'm not saying it's suicide. Never mind. I just scratch that. Whatever the reason was that he passed away, it's just a mom and dad lost their kid. You know what I mean? Somebody's best friend just died. A roommate just lost their roommate. Those are the people I want us to focus on, not anything else. And just again, show them some love. Get on their Twitter, get on their Facebook, send them a lot of love, and just be there, especially for Narumi, who's still part of she's left. Yeah. I can't even imagine. So my heart goes out to them.
Links will be provided in this description.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Wow, that was a heavy heart. Thank you, Derek, for that. You can use this platform anyway to get off your chest. Didn't expect the story to going that way.
Yeah, right. No. I know.
That is very heavy. You probably have a lot more to tell about that, but there's a platform you can go to for that. I think you're gonna write something about the entire experience, and if people have questions, they can always ask it on that side.
Sure.
Okay. So, thank you for that. Now let's get into the portion of what this show is 48 Talk, where we talk about, most of the time, AKB48, the group, and the Sakamichi series. So, first off, well, since we're going a little bit in team, let's go into another serious factor that's happening. Last week we talked about the state of AKS, and unbeknownstly, it's coincidence that this news came out. So I said, this should take a step back, maybe go a little bit underground more, learn their roots, maybe a change on some sort. Well, big change is actually happening. And they start with SKE48 is no longer under AKS.
Nope.
It has been sold off to a buyer called Keyholder, and they plan to revamp the group basically. And it's still part of AKB48 as the sister group, but this can mean a lot of changes because basically the owner now is not anymore Akimotoyoshi. He's still a shareholder of Keyholder,
yeah, but
his influence is now like this in SKE.
Yeah.
So that can mean a lot of good things, but also a lot of bad things. At least a lot of changes are coming. So what are your guys' opinion on this whole situation? Because it's funny that we predicted it somewhat last week, but it's actually happening now. They're changing the entire format and starting with SKE48.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I'm not sure what to expect, because what does it mean for the Senbatsu? Are they still going to use the SKE members in the 48 single Senbatsus or not? Will Keyholder allow them to perform with AKB48 or not? So yeah, I'm not sure what to expect on that one, to be quite honest.
First off, they are a part of AKB48 group, but yeah, since it's managed by AKS, there is a way that AKS saying, well, we would like to see some SKE members, but we're favoring more, some of AKS's ownership. So they don't have to involve Keyholder. That can always happen. I think Keyholder will be like, yeah, sure, just, we have our own projects. But, say for shuffles, or for anything others, that will be difficult, because instead of saying, oh yeah, we can shuffle anywhere, you'll be canon SKE, or you now have to negotiate between the two companies and saying, hey, we want to use this, and we would like one of the members of SKE to be here. Can we do that? And Keyholder can easily say no. And then, alright, well, you're owner, so you can make those decisions on that side. They don't have any involvement. They can discuss, but the final say is now Keyholder. So, yeah, on paper, I would say if this was the Western world, it would have been very severely done. It's like, okay, this is now a separate group on the whole side. However, since it's Japan, people have different respect on each of the levels, so you can still maybe see some moments. But be prepared to see a lot less SKE in certain AKB events, I would say. So, Colin, what are your thoughts?
It's an interesting affair. I also don't really know what to expect. It's possible that they wouldn't be included. Then again, at this point, it's like, oh yeah, it's tradition. It's like, that's going to happen. But then again, look at the current single. How many SKE members are in NoAKBN too? Which is like, yeah,
Dasu
and I forgot her name. She was new, but or new in the I forgot her name. So it's an interesting one. I mean, if you ask me, SKE won general election. They got a lot of promise. They are, I'd say, the strongest group in terms of how many strong members they have. Jurina, but Dasu, Furata now. Obamina also did very well in the Susenkyo, so she isn't going anywhere soon, hopefully. Kitagawa Ryoha, they have a lot of good, strong members, which I'd say AKB doesn't really have, and NMB is also a bit...
yeah, that's not going so well.
It's pretty profitable. I thought I read that Keyholder has interests with, because AK as well, let me put that differently, because there are new groups in Vietnam and in Thailand that they want to expand in that in the Asian continent. That can be a good thing. We have said that we wouldn't like, I'm using the term we loosely, that we don't want more expansion in other countries, but more with the groups themselves. This kind of maybe will do both. Perhaps if they could always like send them to another country to perform and do well over there, attract new fans. Maybe this is even like something that we talked about last year about, going more out of Japan instead of, staying in Japan, if you know what I mean. And that can be a good thing, but it depends on what they're going to do. We don't really know how they do things and how they will execute them. So it's a bit, I think we should give them faith, taking a leap of faith with them that they will do an adequate job, at least, hopefully. This could be quite a good thing, but we don't know yet. But I can't say any definitive negative thing about it. It could be good. We'll see.
Derek?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing for me is that doesn't AKB have a center girl who's an SKE? Oh wait, what's her name? Matsui Jirina. Like, what does it mean for her?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if this means anything negative for AKB48 as a whole, because again, Jirina's been really MIA for the most part for this year. And now SKE is now not part of AKS, which is so weird to even think. I mean, this is the second sister group that was ever formed. No, the first group. Sorry, the first group was ever formed. Apart from AKB, and it's been, I don't want to say sold off, but it's like not AKS's problem anymore. And does that mean that AKS can't handle them? Like, why would they give that up? Like from a purely money standpoint, was it not profitable? I mean, why would you give up a piece of something that isn't, that if it's profitable? Like, why would you do it? So I'm wondering if that's also a sign that like they're just getting too big, and like this expansion has gotten out of control, and so they need more help, and so they're like, well, here, if we sell off SKE, that's a huge chunk of resources now we have to put towards all these other things. I don't know. I mean, I would love to know the inner workings, the inner management idea here. But since we don't, the best we can do is speculate, or maybe just come up with some conclusions of our own based on what we see on the external. I would say this could be a good thing. This could be a bad thing. But I will say I'm hoping whoever took over SKE48 has the incentive to get Jirina more involved and to also give SKE a lot more opportunities. If what happened with the announcement of Kohaku, and I know I'm jumping ahead here just for real quick, they're not on it. So didn't help there, maybe it was too late for that. But it's like the only thing I could see benefiting SKE on this sense, if they even had a say in this, is can you get us more work, more visible work? Can you make us almost as big as AKB48 or AKB? I'm sorry, that's the question.
How does this work with handshake events? Like the
all of it. Yeah, I mean,
all of it.
How does all of it work?
Well, I remember when Josh was in Japan recently and he was going to handshake events. Imaizumi Yui had her own venue, basically. So you had all the Keikizaka girls in one venue, and then separate building that you had to walk to was another venue, and there was Imaizumi Yui handshake event. Maybe because of the because it was her last one. Could be that they're saying, okay, well it's too big, so let's just go over there. But maybe that's gonna happen in the future as well. It's like, hey, there's a handshake event. This venue is ours, and then you can find something nearby or something like that, so they can still interact with each other. But
I wanna not saying it's an opinion, but more of a question. If when you say that, is it possible that they can have their own handshake events? My thoughts are, but are the people like who is the theater manager? Yuasa
Hiroshi.
That he is still the person doing it. When I think of Keyholder being more like AKS in the sense that they're like AKS, isn't it that it's more like they pay for what the people need to do? If they bring in new people, then you could say that they will do what Robin said and maybe go to another thingy. But if the people who work there remain the same, it's just the people that provide the paychecks and maybe with connections can do other things, then I wouldn't say that would change unless, like I said, they bring in new people to manage that.
Well, the biggest issue is then who has control in the end, because the one who pays has the one who has the saying, right?
Yeah, normally
has some saying in there. So if AKS is paying, let's say, this theater manager or the one who managed like the venue event, then that person answers to AKS. If they get both paid, it's like then you have to. How does that work contractually? You have to sign multiple contracts. A lot of confusion will happen on that side. So it will be easier to just hire new people.
Will they do that?
We shall see. But right now, again, what Derek said, it's like, what's the reason behind this? Because are they in trouble? Are they missing money? Are they losing money? Is there something because it got sold for like 100 million yen, something like that?
100 million yen.
It's not that much, if you would say, from what the actual group is, right?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what the cost was and stuff, and I mean, it's just you don't sell off a piece of your business unless it's not working for you or you can't manage it. I can't think of too many other reasons to do that, to do a sale. So on a corporate level, so there had to be some incentive there. That's what I'm curious about. And then if they're not doing well, then I wonder what's not doing well. Their handshakes overall, the sales, it's just not enough response to. Maybe it's just too many people, too much personnel. But even if that were the case, I mean, my goodness, why not sell off some of these lesser developed sister groups like Mumbai or like where it's like at least you're not really losing anything. It's not there yet.
So
I don't know.
What about this situation? Because NGT48 is under Sony.
Yeah.
But still, is at certain events, handshake events, Senbatsu. Will it be a similar situation with SKE48 now, since Keyholder is that? Or do you think it will be totally different, since they have 100% creative control? See, that's what I'm thinking, because it's a little, it sounds a little different than, being under a certain agency or something like that.
Is NMB handled by AKS?
No, Kyoraku Yoshimoto, I think.
And NMB appears on CDs and does stuff with AKB. I was really in thought, and I was just looking at my notes. Okay, I'm just stating it. I'm not 100% sure what Akimoto's relationship is with AKS. I do know that he is a shareholder in Keyholder.
Yeah.
And it's, I believe that he had a 21% share in that. And that I believe Last Idol, that whole thingy, is also connected to Keyholder. Don't quote me on that. I want to say that's true.
I believe so. He's making a new season or something, so.
It's technically Akimoto is still there. I would say that
the best example
it's more
was,
like NMB.
I
think it's more. Yeah, sorry.
The best example was with Akimoto was on AK Bingo, where they had the meetings of the new Senbatsu single, and he wanted this member in it, and then he got shut down. It's like, to see the creator of AKB48 getting shut down for what he has a vision about it, because it's not profitable or something like that. That's very, very odd to me. But basically, that's what his status is. He is there, but he doesn't have complete control anymore. So he can suggest stuff, and people can go on his advice. But if they don't agree upon it, then it will get shut down. And that's basically what he's doing now. And that's why Last Idol happened, because he's looking for projects that he has creative control over it. But then he, I don't know if he gets bored or something, or he's maybe like, I want to go to the next thing, or don't want to manage it. It's like, I created it, I'm going to send it off, I'm going to manage the new group. And that's how he goes about. Maybe that's the idea behind it. But yeah, his situation is like, I can say stuff, but they don't have to follow me if they don't want to.
No.
It will be interesting time, so we're gonna see what happens with this year. It's gonna be a little bit hectic because now we're getting into the certain end of November, and then the big festivals happen, and you get December, of course, and that's a little segue to our next point. So they announced a couple of things. They announced what we also asked for last week, is the Koku list, and the idol groups are then AKB48. Kanji Keikizaka and Nogizaka 46 will be on Team Red, and those are the only, little history between AKB48 or Sakamichi series. Will be held, and some comedians of Yoshimatsu 46?
Yeah,
something like that. Still, no NMB, NGT, SKE, HKT.
Same as last year.
Yeah, it's like, just let AKB do Koitsuri Fortune Cookie and the goodbye from Nishino Narase. And sadly, Kei Kisaka will be performing Ambivalent. It's not that so, go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, well, let me just jump in and just say that, like, I think we were spoiled a few years ago when we had, like, all the sister groups pretty much playing. Like, I think that was a fluke that, like, it was just, like, idol mania at that point. And it was just, like, I think they probably got so much backlash for putting all the idol groups on there that they're like, yeah, we're not doing that again. And so they're like, 3 is enough. We'll just get the 3 big ones. And that's how it's going to be. And to be honest, they're lucky they even have that. Because I can see AKB doing it. They've historically been part of Kohaku's thing where they like to bring back, groups over and over again. But, I think it's more like at this point they're tolerating AKB, than really embracing. Because if they don't put AKB on there, they're going to have a bunch of AKB fans like really screaming their heads off. Whereas in the sister group stuff, it was like that one year was awesome. It was like, wow, like it felt like an idol festival. Yeah. But then it's just like, that's probably the problem. They were probably all the people in Japan were like, yeah, we don't. You guys can keep your idols in your little clubs, but not on national TV when I'm trying to not think about idols. You know what I mean? So
still, the lineup is what to expect. They also announced the Japan Record Award that's coming up. And the FNS Music Festival that happens over the weekend, first at the end of November and then somewhere right before Christmas. And for the Record Awards, the announcement for little in the 48 side, 46 side will be Best Newcomer Group is STU48. They've been nominated.
Yep.
Their boat is finally done. They're gonna set sail in 2019, early spring. So things are happening for them.
Sure.
Second single coming up,
Sure.
newcomers.
Yay. 2 years.
And then the best song of the year. And this lineup really
is it?
hurt me. All right, so for
Heavy
Nozawa
rotation,
46,
sorry.
for Nozawa 46, it will be Synchronicity. And
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity.
yeah,
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity,
Ah,
Synchronicity.
you know.
That song.
Hey.
Not a bad song. The song of the year, hell no. But okay. For Keikizaka 46, I was hoping Garasu Oware instead of Ambivalent, but they
Yeah.
chose Ambivalent for some reason. So good luck with that. Then we have AKB48 with Teacher Teacher. That is
wow.
the turn-in that AKB48 has from the rest of their 4 or 3 other songs they have. And if you look at the 3 other songs they performed there next to Teacher Teacher, it's Sentimental Train.
Yeah.
You know how's that going? No Way Man. And Jabba Jam.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
think throughout the year this is the worst lineup on AKB48 side.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly.
it really is well. I think the one who's going to win is Da Pump.
Yeah.
USA.
Yeah,
That's like that spread like the entire nation going like, oh my god, this song is the greatest. Other thing though, remember the controversy last year?
No.
Is that sarcastically?
No, I actually don't remember.
Okay. So what happened last year was there was a battle between Exile and
Oh, yeah.
AKB48 with the Song of the Year.
Oh,
And Exile won. Turns out the guy who was announced got bribed a lot of money by the ownership of Exile, and they're like, okay, well, you're turning in your trophy, you're getting a fine, and you're kicked out of the Japan Record Award. AKB didn't get the award, even though they won by default, but I didn't hear anything official on that side. And now Exile, yeah, is not there anymore, so now we have a different lineup. But yeah, it says something if Da Pump has the best chance to win Song of the Year.
I would like it.
Mm.
Yeah. More interesting than Teacher Teacher.
It was so disappointing, son. It's gonna be a hard list this year for the end of the year award ceremony that we do.
Yeah. Oh dear God.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm looking forward to the festivals because the reason is they always forget like what you do standardly. They always have some fun. You know, we have Takamina doing with TM Revolution those moments, those songs,
Yeah.
and not enough compilations. Or last year we had Hirata Yurina doing that amazing song Blindly while the
Oh god.
sings
yeah.
just.
Crazy.
Oh wow.
So I'm looking forward to that. That is really one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to. All the maybe Ikuto Erika doing Aladdin like with her beautiful voice on that side.
Oh yeah.
Just really looking forward to those events. But the festivals will keep coming. So now they had their vacation basically. That's why we had nothing to talk about. Starting basically now, they are preparing for every event, their own events. They're coming up. Still haven't had the Koku Takai announcement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Taiko Itagasa.
Hmm.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
Are they
Great.
are they skipping it this year? Maybe they don't have the venue or the there's something. There normally it's been announced a way ahead of time.
You know, AKS, AKS, the people behind the 48 group have been had a terrible year when it comes to planning things. So
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
it's
Talk about it.
my biggest pick is will be Jabba Ja. It's like, yeah, that was so horribly planned, but I'm not surprised if we won't hear anything this week either. It's like they probably are handling it like Junkin. It's like, we're gonna do it, but just because potential money.
It's just gonna be like a dot with red and dot with white. It's like just play some songs here and play some songs there and call it a day.
Yeah.
Well, we don't stop there with the news. I'm going a little bit into graduation time. because we had a few announcements. First up from NMB48. I saw it when Shida Miri tweeted that she's like lonely graduation has happened. I'm like, oh no, 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 find out, find out, find out. And it's I'm gonna say this wrong. Kusako?
Kusaka.
Kusaka.
Yeah. Konomi.
Konomi.
Yeah.
She is the dancer and sleepy person. You said sleepy resident. The ex.
Yeah.
From
the way she talks, sounds so like she always just woke up or something like that. So that's why she's
basically,
always
if
sleepy.
if there are One Piece fans, Akuji from the general on that side. Yeah, heavy dancer. That's another loss for the group. I didn't hear much. You know, she didn't rank as high or at all.
I don't think she ranked at all.
No, but
no.
again, NMB is losing its members, and it sucks. It's hopefully changed for 2019, but it hasn't been a good year, I would say, for the group itself on 2018.
No, not at all.
There are good songs though. I'm still debating on that side. What do you guys think about this announcement?
Well, yeah, if it happens, it happens, but I don't know. She was always that person that always got attacked by Ueda Ayaka back in the day, and she always stuck by for me on that one. So, kind of sad to see the other part of the duo go, I would say. So yeah, kind of sad, and she will be missed.
Anyone else, or not really? Because it's not.
No.
All right, next one we do have a little more because after months and months of wondering, asking what happened, what went wrong. Kato-Kisaka46, Shida Manaka announced graduation. And what this means is we will never know why she left, what happens. We can only speculate, but there's not concrete answers. Bushun is, of course, to blame in this side, again, because of the harassments and the announcements and, well, we're gonna do this. I'm sad because this was a very good talent and probably one of the centers that could have been in Kanji Keikisaka. Always funny on the variety sides.
Yep.
But another member goes away, and now we have lost 3 of them of the original 21. And if Hirte Yurina, is off and on, it's like seeing what they will. Then you have only 17 members still in Kanji Keikisaka 46. You can't even get a switch up with Hiragana because that's now a separate group. That's not your sister group anymore. You cannot exchange with those because you made it in Intenti. So I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe next year we'll see technically second generation of Kanji Keikisaka or the third generation. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they've lost strong members. So your opinions on that?
I know for me, Shida was kind of my first real appeal point to Kea when I started to get into Kea for that moment when we were watching her on one of the variety shows. It might have even been Kea Bingo, and she started to really stick out, and it was like, oh wait, there's something here. And then I kind of Oshi'd her like right away. And I remember when I went to Japan after the Kea craze kind of started to pick up, and there was like a stand of her in Tsutaya and Shibuya, and I was like so happy to see that, and it was like, oh, this is her, and then gradually started to fade in the background a little bit to some of the other members. She didn't get as much spotlight, and then everything happened with this supposed scandal, and then now it's now of course she's announcing graduation. She just basically disappeared. I hate when this happens, especially the idols I like. I don't know what the story is. We don't know what the real reason is for the graduation. It could be something to do with the taint of the scandal never quite leaving her. It could be a lot of things. But what I think is really important to understand here is, like you said, Robin, we're losing a girl who's really, really exceptional. And but again, it's part of the idol world. It happens. Idols come and go, and you have to be prepared for that. And I think that's at the end of the day, it's a welcome to idol life,
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Anyone else?
That's it.
I have nothing.
No, for me, Shida Manaka she started out for me as the cool beauty, the silent type, but then when she got laughing, she went off, and then she became the funny person to me. And at that moment, I really liked her. And like Derek said, I feel sad that she's leaving, but again, that's the life you choose when you become an idol fan. Pretty much, there's always the chance of your favorite leaving. So yeah.
Okay. Next up, I would like to take this time to read a letter that has been posted this week. It's a handwritten letter. First was in Japanese and this one was in English. So here we go. Dear all, I, Rena Nozawa, will be graduating from AKB48. My appreciation for all the extremely valuable experience AKB48 has given me can be expressed in words. Renaissance, Rena Nozawa fans, has given the shy anti-social girl dreams that are way too large to grant. Being an idol is all about competition. The ultimate goal is to aim for the center of the group. Together with her fans, ever since I moved to Japan, I have been captured by this stereotype, and I have distressed my beloved Renaissance members due to this. But after I began to use my abilities of language and video editing, my world turned upside down. I noticed how satisfied I was just to spend time with my beloved colleagues. However, there is an end to every fairy tale story. Now I can finally say that I have no regrets. Moreover, I would not be here without that day of the audition 8 years ago. I feel like even this letter itself is a miracle. These 8 years have changed, enriched, and filled my life with wonder. Although I fear to move out of my comfort zone, Renaissance will always be in my heart. I am proud to say that this job is the best job in the world. Lots of love, Rena Nozawa, AKB48. That was an interesting day when it happened because we were first happy that a Nozawa World
Yeah, those are definitely
was on YouTube. And she went to the AKB48 cafe and she had fun there and she had to ask fans, "Do you know me?" And the fans were like, "Yeah, you're Reina." And they were like, they know who she was, but they really didn't care. And then after that, she had the announcement of, graduating. That was like, I understand why, and I think we understand all because Sosenkyo happened a lot. She's really working hard, and they go by the way, hard work gets rewarded, but I feel she hasn't been rewarded the way the work she did, basically for the group. No, she had the Junkin experience. She had she tried every way with the language. She did the chaos stage at Funniest Times, and trying to represent the members for the international fans, and that means a lot to us. Yeah, she's been studying, of course, the university with entertainment, like in movies, and does editing. So I do believe she will still continue with entertainment, finishing school up. So we don't see her leave the business. But yeah, 8 years has been for her, and how many years have we been talking about her? So half the first year, JKT, of course, she was a member there, but not the prominent member. Then getting transferred to AKB48, she was lost and didn't know where to find. I think I really started to notice her in the Team 4 with Takahashi Judy, and that was really the strongest funny moments that I really saw her, in the chaos stage, and where she embraced herself with the help of Showroom, that we get to have a chance to talk with her, and actually even seeing most of my messages, and I think I had a lot of time with DX being in there and Colin as well, answering questions. They're funny moments, and yeah, I would say my love for that grew a lot because I needed to appreciate it. I voted her for Sosenkyo multiple times because I wanted to see that reward. The one she just wanted to be ranked, but in the end, it even couldn't be that. Not even top 120, I believe. Couldn't be in there. And it also made me realize that the international fandom is uncomparable between the national fandom, and that we still live that the international appreciation isn't there yet. I hope she listens, because the amount of respect I have for this woman, and the effort and the chance she does for us international fans to have a chance to experience AKB48 in a way that only the Japanese people can see. There are no words enough that can thank her alone for this activity. And I wish her the best. I wish that she finds a new way in her chapter in her life. And yeah, biggest thanks ever. And sadly, I couldn't meet her in a handshake event, but the memories of her events and showroom will always be in my heart.
Well said.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about this announcement?
To be quite honest, though, I still feel sad about it, because I remember all of us campaigning so hard during our episodes for just to rank that one time in Susenkyo, almost the same way with Shimada Haruka back then, and it's more like, and to see her go into the sunset, it just hurts, man. It still hurts, to be quite honest. So yeah.
Colin.
With me, I will always remember that AK Bingo episode where they did like an emergency meeting, and she was there for the first time, and she did like with the joke with the bunny, and her Indonesian phrase "waru kapades," something like that.
Yeah.
I don't speak Indonesian, sorry.
I like the bunny, like the smash. Bye, bunny.
That was so funny. That was how I got to know her. It was like, she speaks English. That's great. It's sad in a way that we are going to miss someone who was in a way closer to the international fandom than most of the other girls. There are only two that I could name, but they are also graduated like a long time ago. And what got to me was that she had no regrets. For me, that's a great thing to say, because that means that you stand wholeheartedly behind your decision, and that's a good thing. Because if she had regrets, then that would be sad. That would be, if she would look back at all what she did, would cast a shadow that she probably wouldn't like to see. And to say that she doesn't have any regrets is hope. I would say it's a light in the darkness. It's to say that I tried my best, my hardest. I didn't make it, but I know that I tried my best, and that to me is important. That's what I think, but also in the way that I just said was more in reference to her. It's in a way, again, I'm going to conclude it. We saw it coming a bit, like when she didn't succeed in Susenkyo. It's like that was probably what she considered her last chance, and it's unfortunate that we weren't able to give it to her. And when I say we, I mean fans. Where you're from, I mean just all the fans, as an umbrella term for that. And it's sad in a way, but I too wish her the best. You know, when a door closes, a window opens. Changed a bit because you never know with people. So I hoping that there's this huge, enormous window that opens for her. That's bigger than the door that is AKB.
Before you start there, I wanted to mention one more thing. It's like, because she's the variety type, I'll see in the future she will be on a lot of shows that she has something entering, maybe be a host of something. Because she did a lot with Kimidare, that was also her love project. When she was on it, she loved being on Kimidare, and when she was on there, was always funny moments getting there. She had a joke, I don't know what it exactly was, but it's like she made a joke and then clapped her hands and go like that. So the quirkiness, the beauty she had is just amazing, and it's sad again that such a member, that's such a valuable member, because she was respected by a lot of her peers, a lot of members, and really underappreciated. So sometimes, again, Idol World is a cruel world sometimes, but again, no regrets to what she said, and best for the future. But Derek, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, boy, all three of you, just amazing things to say about Nozawa. She was our link, our international link, and she did a great job of bridging, international fandom with the Japanese fandom. I feel just by her very presence in AKB, she did that. She was the very first idol in AKB I ever spoke to, first in showroom, and then, well, she wasn't the first I met in the handshake, but I met her. Sweet, very sweet girl, beautiful, of course, more beautiful than you can understand when you see her in person. Seems to be the case with all of them, though. When I meet them, it's like, wow, like, boy, cameras just don't really capture how beautiful you truly are. She's definitely one of those cases. Although I always thought she was very pretty, even on camera. I did like that, even for a while, she was trying on her showroom to really help international fans be appreciated in AKB's fandom. I don't know. She did a lot of good things. And then, doing Nozawa World, her little like cultural thing, beautiful. I think her saying, she kind of found like a passion with that is like her nice way of spinning the fact that she entered AKB. She didn't get to the top. She never made Senbatsu. She didn't even rank this year. She wanted to be more in AKB. It was not to be. She did have moments here and there where it did feel like her light was going to be much brighter than it turned out to be in AKB, such as the idol world, as you said, Robin. It can be a cruel place, but I think she's also trying to be positive about it. But for me, it comes back to this, and this is the one thing I choose to remember her as. She was a girl who got some very cruel comments on showroom and was depressed and upset about it. And what did she do? She bounced right back. She's like, you know what? This is me. And she got herself into a project doing Nozawa World. She didn't stop making that connection, even though people were just idiots to her in their comments and just didn't make any sense. But she didn't let that keep her down. And I think if there's any takeaway you're going to take from her, she's a good example of what idol is. It's about that struggle, that journey, that overcoming your problems. She did that with her life. And she's going to keep doing it. As Colin said, like, that window, Colin, trust me, she's gonna have a couple of them probably. I don't know if she'll necessarily stick in entertainment. I think she's a girl trying to find her way. That's the one thing I really liked about her. She's a girl finding her way, that when she got down, she picked herself back up. She's extremely smart, so she's going to find something that works for her. My invite to her, though, is come on this show, be one of our,
Ooh.
why not?
Ooh.
Do it now. It's fine. You're Nozawa, you're always welcome here.
Open invite.
Open invite. We respect you. We would love to have an idol's perspective, but also an ex-idol's perspective, and also, my friends interviewed you. I mean, let's get you. Come on in. It'd be cool. Like, just open invite. Throwing it out there. She probably would, because she's cool, but who knows? Let's hope.
Yes.
Welcome to 48 Talk. This is your host, Rage Bali. I'm here today with Nozawa Rena.
I would say, you know what? I'm not the host. It's like Nozawa is the host, and we'll just be guests. It's like, take it over. Just do it.
Do your thing.
That would be very, very interesting if that would happen.
It'd be awesome.
We'll
Open
see.
invite.
Hey, we'll see what happens in the future. Currently under contract, I do not have the funds currently to ask her for the invite. But who knows? Maybe it will change in the future. If she is willing, she is more than welcome to have a spot on the show.
The only thing that I would say to her is just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that I'm not mistaken in mine. That's
very well said. Okay, so any other news we want to mention on the show before we go to our recommendations?
Well, we already had this continuation of the whole Noah, man. The first live performance has already been done with the 3 new centers. And really curious about your thoughts if you have seen it. So
Okay. So could you name the members for me? I believe there were 2 from STU48 and 1 from Teammates.
Yeah, it's Imamura Mizuki, Kadoaki Miyuna, and Tanigawa Hijiri from Teammate.
Okay. First off, not a bad pick. The ones that are in front are well deserved to be there. So I have no issue with the new center line and that it really feels like a throwaway. It's just like just put someone there. I thought this competition would be something, gonna elevate it. But when they came out, not even a full second their name were shown on screen. It was like, pop, like I couldn't even read the first letter, like the first kanji on that side. It was just on there and gone. And then they go into the song and it's it's a mess. It is intense, but it felt more intense in the MV, of course, because it used cuts, used editing on the side. The live performance, it was, again, I do not want to compare this every time to K-pop songs, but it felt like we have to do as much movement as possible and do not care about the rest of the timing. So don't be like as a unit. Just do this movement, listen to your song, and do it at your own pace. So you're all messy at the end of the side. And I couldn't find Takeuchi Miyu. Again, it's like okay, now I have a chance. There's no way, man, that is like finding these members.
That was good. Yeah. That was good.
Sorry. But it really frustrates me that you're putting in the emphasis. Oh, this is the tribute to the Produce 48 competitors, the winners and the almost runner-ups and stuff like that. And then you don't showcase it. This is really a throwaway song. It went from, oh, the MV is nice, I like this is what I should come out with the first place, and now it goes like completely forgettable. And it really frustrates me. What even frustrated me more is that Takeuchi Miyu then uploaded on her own YouTube channel her version of No Way Man, and she does it in the dark, so I do not see her.
Could be an inside joke.
No, it's definitely an inside joke. She knows. It's like it's like try and find me. Click.
That's kind of funny though. That's like her way of protesting without coming out and saying it. It's kind of that's smart of her.
It's just they're messing up so bad. It shouldn't be this hard. Just maybe go back to the days you just do this and have to focus on every character. Do this for a couple of seconds so that the camera can go to every member and the member has appeal time for I don't know how many seconds because they are trained to do that. But don't go to a song where they're like
I believe that's like the actual choreography. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! It's not this hard. It's not this hard. And this song is gonna be performed on Kohaku. Really? I do not believe that. It's gonna be Kotsuri Fortune Cookie. They're ending the year again with Kotsuri Fortune Cookie just to play it safe. Because if they perform this song on Kohaku, it's gonna be horrible.
Well, to what you just said, they're gonna end on Koitsuro because it's like I've been saying, that's the last great classic song AKB's put out in all these years. Because it's like they even know that. So it's like, if they do this, it would be very interesting.
Yeah, true that.
I feel bad for the cameraman. Like, how would I feel? Like, I focus on? It's just, it's too much. But that being said, I like No Way Man. I listened to it the other day. I watched the video. Gotta be honest, like, it's grown on me, except for the beginning where it's like, no. Like, if you take that out, like if you mute that, the song works. It works. I mean, it doesn't have a great bridge, but the verse is amazing. So it's like they at least got that right. I mean, the more I listen to it, the more it's good. The MV works a lot better now that I've watched it, as frenetic as it is. I still like playing Where's Miyu Waldo, with that's kind of fun. But it's like everyone looking fierce, it's good. It's just you're right. It's like, come on. Like, what are you doing? Like I'll tell you what it is right now. AKS is probably like whoever's working at AKB has probably gotten so big in terms of the staff You probably have 25 people standing in a room trying to decide something. And that's always a recipe for disaster. The best art usually tends to be, in my opinion, from the single-minded vision person. The person who has control from beginning to end. Now, that's not always true because George Lucas proved that with the Star Wars 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay.
But I will say that, like, if you have a good artist who knows what they're doing, they can pull out great things. You get one choreographer to make a great dance. You get one composer to write a good song, and you get 16 girls that are really on their game and you know their talents, and then you get camera people that understand that, and you have a good recipe. It'll work. Versus 25 people think, what should we do? I don't know. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And what happens is you get a song that sounds just like that and looks like that, what I just did. I just don't know what to do. And it's like, that's how it is. And that's also because we live in a day and age where we do this, we're this every 3 seconds. We can't get off our phone. Like literally, if you think about that video, here's another thought. Watch No Way Man, and then watch No Way Man while you're on your phone, and watch how many times you look down your phone and look at the video. That video is going to seem completely normal to you because it's so cut the way your brain works when you're looking at your phone. You're looking at your phone, you look it up, look at your phone, look it up. That's the video. And that's kind of the world we live in now, where we can't even pay attention to something for a half of a microsecond. The video is like kind of a sly reference to that fact. We have no attention spans. I would love if, like you said, Robin, it's great. It's perfect. It's classic. Don't need more than that. And guess what? I can pay attention to it because it's interesting. Versus, it's just like, that's not, I'd like it to be interesting. I just can't see what they're doing.
By the way, my weekly usage of the phone is 4.5 hours a day. It's gone down.
Wow.
Hey, it's gone down an hour, so it's getting better. It really helps actually, the information. So I'm like, too much on my phone, man. Just throw it away. Enjoy life a little bit more. Just watch some stuff instead of taking pictures of everything. And I'll get into that rant all day. And ironically, I work in a store where we are with technology. I'm still like way too much on the phone.
No, it bums me out too. I'm at all these idol shows, and the first 3 rows are people with their phones. Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, if I was a fan, like, no mercy, their phones would be on the ground because I'd be jumping over them to get to my idols. But it's like, and to Necroma's fans' credit, they don't care. They go nuts. But it's like, there's also a group of them that like stand there with the phones, and it's like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I get it because I know them. But it's like, go and experience the show, man. Like, somebody's gonna film it.
It's like my favorite song is coming up. I need to take a good picture. You're missing the song.
Like,
I know,
why?
but I need a great picture. It's like, okay, so you have this picture. You're gonna post it, and then it's like a few people are gonna be like, I like this picture.
Like,
click.
Yeah,
Oh, yes. That's what your feeling have. That's what the whole social media thing is. And then a year from now, you're like,
oh,
huh, I made a picture. I forgot this concert. How does this concert went actually? I can't remember anything.
Right. Versus you're there, you're experiencing it, you're sweating, you're yelling, you're singing, you're going nuts. You're right in the idol's face. They're right in your face. Nope, you got your phone.
I remember valid concerts. Like, I remember when I went to Muse, because I didn't take pictures or anything like that. I went to for NMB in Nagoya, and I remember coming on gigs with the fire and the lasers and the dancing, and seeing Shiro Miru right next beside me, and someone sliding to me and just put a heart like an arrow to me. It's like those are memories. And I also remember when Necronominal visited, first the day before AnimeCon, the performance over there. It's like, we couldn't take pictures or anything like that. No. We just experienced that. And then AnimeCon, just experienced the event. Because, yes, pictures are fine. Like, I like when I'm seeing pictures who people made. Hey, appreciable. But do not make pictures of everything. Just enjoy. This in your head is also a picture maker. It makes memories that you can keep. And the thing is, you can fill it up infinite. You may be forgetting some stuff later that it will automatically get deleted, but it will fill up. The memory is always somewhere. There's stuff that were like, I can't remember what I had 20 years ago, and then it goes to a process, and it's like, oh yeah, I did this 20 years ago. And that's the beauty of it. You don't see that with like, hey, what did I do 20 years ago? Well, better get the file. Oh, just search, click. Where did I put this file? It doesn't work like that. Just enjoy the moments on this side. But again, with No Way Man, it's like I'm trying to find the moment, but I watched it now 1,000 times and I can't remember anything.
I mean, the best concerts I've ever been to, I don't have pictures of, so that says it all right there for me. But the thing is for me, like watching No Way Man, like I am getting like I'm kind of enjoying it. I like the craziness of it, but I also agree with you completely. Like it's like, what is going on? And then it's like that dance does look pretty intense and pretty awesome if I could see it. Like I see some of it. But I will say this. You know, it's the world we live in. AKB is still not done. I mean, I always will have eternal hope in them because they'll get it right. You know, they're gonna get some artists in their ranks, and this artist is gonna be like, hold up, oh crazy, like I'm going. Here's a song. This is what we're gonna do, and then one of those 25 people standing around they're gonna be tired. They're like, I give up. Like, here, do it. And this guy's gonna run with it, or girl is going to run with it, and it's gonna be awesome. What is the best, most memorable AKB video in AKB's history? Come on, this is an easy one.
That is Kuchari Fortune Cookie, right? Or is
no?
It begins
with heavy, ends with rotation.
Yeah.
The rotation.
Flying
and
it.
Why? Aside from the lingerie. Sorry.
To be honest, it's the colorful dance they perform in unison.
Okay, but why was it colorful? Who was the director?
The same person that gave you our melody.
And what's her name?
I forgot her name.
He mentioned it so many times on the show, and that it's like I should have known. Sorry, Derek. Sorry. He said it so many times on the show.
So think about it in this term. This is an artist, okay, who basically like took something that you know could have been just a normal song, right? It could have been like if I were to give you the song Heavy Rotation, I were like, here, make this into something, okay? I really want you to do something crazy with this. Okay, cool. What am I gonna do? And then you think about it, you could do so many different things, but instead you take somebody like Mika and she has this whole other vision and idea of capturing girls in their private moments, like at a slumber party, being youthful, and she turned that into an anthem, like into something that you will never forget, because she's an artist and she understands art and she understands color. Like a lot of people like have, and I'm not saying this to promote myself or anything. A lot of people comment about my tattoos. You know, they're like, oh, it's very colorful. You know, these tattoos are old. I mean, they're old. But people are like, why is this so bright, or why does it still kind of a little bit of a pop? My tattoo artist told me why. He's like, because believe it or not, a lot of tattoo artists don't understand the color wheel. They don't understand, for example, that if you put, you know, this color yellow against this green, it'll always pop because they're polar opposites. Like, they don't understand the color wheel. When you take an artist who understands color and design, and oh, I have this member that's this tall, I have this member that's short, what would happen if I put them next to each other and juxtapose them? Boy, that'd be an interesting dynamic. Now let's do this and this and this. You're gonna get beautiful art, beautiful. And that's what AKB had there when Mika took it over. She did that, and even though I don't like the song Kimiwa Melody, it's a gorgeous MV. You know, because again, it's pure Ninagawa. It's pure Mika Ninagawa. But at the same time, that's what AKB needs right now. Although I will say, No Way Man kind of feels like it was made or directed by like a modern college grad student who's into like textiles and fabrics. I don't know if that's really the right thing to say, or architecture or something, or no, graphic design. It kind of feels like when I watch it, I'm looking at a book cover, like a graphic design book cover with like the way the color palettes is. That person did understand color very, very well, I think, but it's like it was just too frenetic, you know. Like there could have been some art there. That's why like look at Sine's videos. Look at her grad video.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna just slap hands and go down. Could you be any less original one of the greatest iconic figures in AKB's history, and that's what she gets? You lazy pieces of you know what. You know what I'm saying? You could have hired a real artist to take that over and create an amazing homage to the beautiful, amazing, talented Sayane. No, she gets a Yuko Oshima end of graduation concert repeat, basically. It's just, come on, like, why? So my point is, like, AKB will find that artist again. I think they'll have to. They'll have no choice, because eventually both the artists are going to reject it. The 25 people in the room will be like, we give up because obviously we're doing making sense. We're going to have to sell off another sister group. It's like something's going to give. Like, the dam will break. And again, every artist, I think, true artist, goes through ups and downs. Because AKB is now a corporate art, where it's controlled by corporate, they're going through kind of what Apple went through, where Apple had its ups, it had a lot of downs, and then it had this huge moment of resurgence. And why? Because one artist took it over again. When Steve Jobs came back, what happened? We got the iPod, we got iTunes, we got the iPad. Boom, 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 boom. One after another after another. And why? Because he was an artist. He understood vision. So when you get a person like that in there, and AKB needs that artist. When they get that artist in there, or series of artists, it's done.
A passionate artist.
Well, and one more thing. Think about Koichiro Fortune Cookie. Think about how iconic that is.
Yeah.
That's an artist. Somebody very simply thought, yeah, that's going to work. It was probably some artist who was sitting with her kid in the morning. Her kid did that, and then she went and was like, you know what? I had this choreography planned for Koichiro. We're going to change it today. We're going to do this. And everybody's like, yeah, that works. You know why? Because artists pay attention. Pay attention to their surroundings. They take from their surroundings, and that's what AKB's missing. Don't you think so?
I agree with this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't even go on a diatribe. I've been away for 2 weeks. You didn't expect this. Come on.
This is perfect. This is perfect. I cannot. I cannot even adjust or extend on this feeling, because you are right, and this is basically what we've been wanting. And maybe this is what you just found out. This is what they're missing. This is what the next step is. This is what it's the passion that needs to be revived in a artist they need to hire, the right one. And maybe they are searching for that person. They think, well, years ago, this is the 54 single, good luck, and give us something unique. And this person then tries it, but not the right vision.
Two words, AKS. Search faster.
Stop using Bing as your search profile.
That's good. That's good.
All right. Okay.
There you go.
This was very nice. Let's go into our...
Okay.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
DX asked the question, and it's like, okay, Robin goes first, then Derek goes first, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Sorry, Colin, I just want to...
No.
Floor is yours. Floor is yours.
I tend to listen more than to talk. Sorry for that one. No way, man. Robin is dead. I think I blinked and now he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, the sun is coming up. There you go.
Oh my God, that's horrible. All right.
I'm now thinking about the Teletubbies. Thanks, Robin.
Oh, dear God.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Either way. See what you did there.
Okay.
About No Way Man. If anyone cares. It was the second time I watched anything in relation to it. It's still same thing as the first time. I think the whole performance was in a state of disarray. It just felt, in a state of disarray. That's it. I can't collaborate on that. It's just that. I gladly look forward to the next single. I still want my CDs for this song because I want to vote for Request Hour. That's the only reason why I bought 2 CDs. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. Well, maybe one. No. I still look forward to the next CD. I hope it's something fun. I said that a few weeks ago. Robin asked. I forgot the question, but I said something along the lines of, "I want to like the next song." I always do. I always want to be like, "Okay, this song, 4th song in a row that I don't give a darn about." I hope the next one will be okay. And if it's not, well, okay. Then think again. Maybe it's the next one. I don't know. I never know. But I can conclude it in a simple thing. Will I like this song ever? No way, man.
There you go. Oh, hey, Jerrison.
You know, Jerrison has been gone for such a long time. Someone needs to take up the slack.
Could be it. That might be.
We have Goto Rara for that, but
she's not there yet. She's training. She's training.
She's back. She's doing showroom. She's doing English in showroom. We lost someone English speaking, but
someone returned.
Someone returned.
It is not the same. Not the same.
No.
True.
All right, let's then do this since we're on the 1 hour and a half mark.
Hey.
Recommendations for next week. What do you got?
I would say Nemo Stelby.
That's mine. That was mine.
Hey. No, it's.
And why? And why?
Wait. I have something. First off. For Nemosu. I'm just gonna stand and clap. I think Nemosu did the best decision ever. If you want 2 words, I'm sorry, DX, but I was thinking about this. I will take it from you.
Okay.
I have 2 words that are one reason why you should watch Nemosu, the episode that got out on Sunday, and one next week. Akimoto Sayaka. That's the only reason you need.
Yes.
And what is this reason? Because for people who don't know and follow Nemosu,
Yeah,
what is happening?
Well, DX, you can say.
Well, the members are going to be training in Korea, and Akimoto Sayaka is going to be their drill instructor. And if you know her history in Team K,
awesome.
they are going to be in for a really, really hard time. So I'm so looking forward to it. Oh my god. Especially since Chiba Eri is participating and
She was crying.
Oh dear.
Well, you sold me. It's like Akimoto Sayaka in Korea and a drill instructor.
Yeah, she is the drill instructor, yeah. Oh dear.
And it's also one tiny thing. She looked not in the military getup, but there was like a clip before that.
Yeah.
She looked freaking amazingly gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I know.
I was like, damn.
I follow her on Instagram and Twitter, and her fashion sense is still all over the place.
Yep.
No, but hey, she is a tall, fit, ripped voice actress machine.
Yep.
So it's good to see her on TV again because she still has love, of course, for AKB48. It's gonna be a must-see episode. That is a very good recommendation from both you guys.
I have one other thing. Upcoming Thursday, there will be a new Team 8 stage.
Ooh.
The one that is directed by Yuasa Ju something. I forgot. Sorry. But that will be interesting. We talked about it, I believe, last week or the week before. Hey, could be a fun new stage. I look forward to it. I wonder what the songs will be and who.
What certain hijinks will we expect?
Yeah, it could be fun. But that's it.
What was I looking forward to? I got nothing. Well, I got news, some stuff I need to watch, but even on Eyes One stuff, the episodes ended, so probably new variety shows coming up.
Yeah, the video clip is already been viewed quite a bit actually, like 25 million or so.
25 million times, and it hasn't been out for a month yet. So, and even if I play it at work, people are like, "Oh yeah, I like this song." So that's good.
Yeah.
Colin?
I got one other thing. Just in case. Next week, the 26th, HKT will have their 7th anniversary.
Yep.
I just want to throw it there. I think they will announce their new song.
And the return of Harupi. Let's try it again.
Let's try it. Let's do it.
If that will happen, we're gonna. Oh
dear.
I want that to happen. That would be.
I want it to
amazing.
happen as well. Yeah.
All right.
That's like something.
Question though, do you want Harupi as we saw her last, or old Harupi?
Like
I want
kick-ass Harupi.
I want a Harupi that feels amazing.
There you go.
I want that.
Good answer. Good answer. I like that.
Hey, yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear.
I want the one that was on Majika Gakuen.
Ah,
Yeah. I gotcha.
I want the one call. Yeah, that I want her to. I want to see that smile again.
I want to
miss
see
it.
her
I want to
smile
hear.
again,
I
man.
want to hear her lisp again, and I want to just
Yeah.
enjoy it. It's just. I want classic Harpy. I miss her so much.
Yeah.
So,
Same
I,
here.
you know what? I want to add a bit to that. I want classic Harpy, but I also want a new Harpy. But still a bit of old and something new. Like
mix it with the
some-
new. Yeah.
Yeah, stronger Harpy.
stronger.
Stronger.
That
Stronger.
would be amazing.
Mm.
Yes, and yes.
Well, Derek, take it away for the final recommendation of next week.
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
end up the show.
Thank you guys so much for listening to everything today. Really, thank you all the fans that came out to the OSM hologram tour. I forgot to mention that. All the promoters, all the venues, the people I worked with, the groups we played with. You guys are all amazing. Love you all, especially all the East meets West friends who gave generously of their time and money, flew all over. It's a really good thing. It's a beautiful thing. For now, I recommendation wise, for me, my focus is going to be on a few different things. Mainly, we're preparing for Sari and Hina's graduation from Necroma. So we are working on that, working towards getting 2 new members. I can't comment on that. All I'm going to say is new Necroma in 2019 is going to be amazing. I'm just beyond excited for what's in the future. Speaking of that, gonna be working on some different things for Necroma. I think after the Oyaholo tour, I kind of made a decision that I really just want to focus on working with them and no other idol groups as far as doing shows. I may do an East meets West too. I'm still mulling it about. I think I want to get a corporate sponsor this time. And the reason I'm bringing that up now as a recommendation is because I do need some help. I need some people to give me some opinions as to, number one, where you'd want to see East meets West this time. I'm open to taking it anywhere, really anywhere. So it doesn't have to be even America. So it's just, give me some ideas. Number two, who do you want to see on it? Both bands as well as idols. I would love to work with, anyone at all. So it's, but I shouldn't say that. There's groups I'm going to work with, I have to like them. But it's like, I'm really open to a lot of ideas. And I do have some groups already in mind, but it's going to be so far in the future right now that I'm just wanting to get the idea rolling because I can't do it this year unless I actually have a corporate sponsor. The only reason I say that, or like somebody like a Red Bull is going to sponsor it or something, because I don't want to ask a bunch of people to give me thousands of dollars again, unless it's only like 20% of what I need for my overall cost. Because I want to make it bigger this time. I want to make it much more of a larger affair, but to do that, gotta have corporate. So if anybody knows, anybody out there, anybody has any suggestions or opinions, please let me know. Also, comments, I will be back in the comment sections again. Finally, I had to take a break for 2 weeks. I apologize, and I wasn't even able to really address all the wonderful comments from my K-pop friends. So I welcome it all. Let it come. Last thing is two more things. I gotta be honest, AK Bingo has been great. They went to do fan stuff.
You made wishes, yeah.
Oh my god, it was like old school AK Bingo, like when they would go do fan stuff.
Man.
Please watch it. It reminds me of why I love AK Bingo, and they still got it. Because that was fun. I had a really good time when they did the surprise to the one girl in the karaoke room.
Yeah. Well, wow.
Oh, the
Two
look
girls,
on that girl's face.
That was great. So much heart.
Genuine reaction.
Yeah,
that was great.
Genuine. Made me a little emotional. I'm like, this
Me
is
too.
Also, like Yui was just classic Yui, just like lost in the clouds the whole time. And then what's her name? Was in the background like, oh,
Hama-chan.
yeah, give me a reaction. Like it was like he couldn't have picked the better group, So it was AK Bingo was good this time. So if you haven't seen that, watch that. As far as the other stuff, I mean, I'm going to now refocus my efforts on doing an idol documentary. I am, for the next 5 or 6 months, going to be really trying, aside from my duties with Necroma, to delve into what it means to be an idol. My documentary is going to be about identity and the paths that idols take in order to be idol. Also, it's going to be pro-idol in the sense that I kind of want to dispel a lot of the stupid myths out there about idols, because there's been the Tokyo Idol documentary that came out last year or 2 years ago. Last year, it was devastating.
Devastating.
Yeah. It was somewhat devastating to the idea and mindset of what it really means to do what we do and be what we are. And then also just in general, if an idol's not shaving her head or putting out a video with girls in lingerie, it's like the only time you ever hear about AKB or like idols in general is like when something bad's happening. I want to show the good. I mean, I'm gonna show everything. It's good and bad. Whatever my camera captures, it captures. But I'm also going to be fair. I'm going to be honest, and I really want to dispel myths. So dispelling myths, coming up with the story of identity, because to me, that's the real reason like Idol is so amazing. It's about girls finding their identity in Idol. And I think because it's more about that journey that I show will dispel the myths automatically through that journey. Because you'll see that it's not about 60-year-old men going to watch 14-year-old girls and getting something out of that. It's about watching somebody go from nothing to something and supporting that. Who can't support that at any age, And as long as you keep it in that realm, blah, 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 you see where I'm going with it. So going to be doing that. Please support me on that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a crowdfunding for that, but I don't know what my levels or tiers are. So if you have a suggestion as to what you'd like as a gift or reward level, if you want to support me doing an Idol documentary, like what would you want in return? I'm really open to everything. I like hearing feedback. And guys, my other recommendation is let's keep doing this. And I love being here. I'm glad to be back. You guys it's just so much fun. So let's keep doing it.
I have one more thing I forgot to mention with the Kohaku stuff, or no, with the Japan record stuff. And with new artists, I don't know if you saw the list, Derek, but you've been mentioning a certain group, and that actually made it to this Best New Artist Awards nominations, and that is Bish.
Oh, Bish, yeah.
Oh.
Bish made it?
Yeah,
Bish
they made it, yeah.
Yeah, they are currently as nominated for Best New Artist.
Yep.
Wow. If they make it.
They are competing against STU48.
Yep.
Well, in fairness, ST has been around a couple years. I don't really understand that. But then again, Bish has been around freaking forever, since 15 or 16 years. Whatever. I'm happy they're there. That's going to be interesting. If Bish wins, that would really help the world I'm in, and I think it would help idols in general. So,
hey,
let's go, Bish.
They got an invite to the Japan Record Awards, so they'll be going to that show.
That's amazing. That's so amazing.
I knew there was something. I was like, I think I.
Thank you for remembering.
Yeah, so it's like I still need to mention that before, but.
I was strongly considering approaching Watanabe-san, who is the guy who you talk to at WAC Entertainment that runs Bish and BIS and all the big groups. We're playing. Necroma's actually playing. We're playing with BIS, the other group, the original alt idol group. We're playing with them next couple weeks in Osaka at a double thing at Shinsaibashi Hall. So, maybe I'll approach Watanabe if I get the cojones to do it and be like, can I interview Bish? Is that cool? Like, no.
Before they win the artist award.
Yeah.
I hear they're doing okay. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because they used to play so many like the places that Necroma plays, and it's like, and they're part of this world, and you could still catch them sometimes at like little jinky shows, and yet now it's like. Now you can't really. Now they do like huge.
Who knows? Maybe next year, Japan Record Award will say Necromanals on that list.
Don't even get me started on that. Oh my god.
And then you'll be in a suit in the audience of the Japan Record Award, and you'll be on stage going, "Yay!"
Nope.
All right.
Thank you though. Thank you for saying that.
Last thing, just a quick mention. I want to congratulate Cindy Yuvia from JKT48 for winning this year's Sasenkyo. And funny enough, Stephanie, who was in
a canyon
exchange,
for
she was exchanged with AKB48 for 1 month. She got ranked in Kami 7, so I want to congratulate both.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Congratulate their fans. Your fans. You guys are amazing. Can we borrow a couple of you to come over to our ranks? Thank you. You guys are amazing. Fans are just unbelievable. Really unbelievable.
Very, very lovely. Great. Thank you for mentioning that. With that though, I would say thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk. And we'll see you next time then. Bye everybody.
Bye everyone. Think before you type. Bye.